Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome back to another game of Star Power Baseball. We're coming to you live from the Cincinnati Razorback Room. I'm your host once again, Cincinnati Dennis. You can catch us on our podcast on Star Powercast. Like you to like this and subscribe. If you don't like it, don't like it. Still subscribe because the games are kind of cool and our information for you is really good. Today I'm doing something very special, very, very different. I'm using two really cool teams and I'm going to introduce them to you. Now you're going to see me look up a lot like that because that's where the screen is that I'm looking at for the game. Actually, it's over here and this is where I'll be following the game. But I'm going to move myself off of the playing field here in just a moment or basically I'll center myself so that you really don't pay attention to me and you pay attention to the cards. So that's going to happen. And what I have done, and I know I'm leaning out of the picture here, I'm getting a keyboard. What I've done is I don't really even need the keyboard. What I've done is I've created a game between the 1899 superset and the 2025 superset using star power points, and I've done two teams of 30 points apiece. That's right, little small teams, tiny teams, little bitty teams. So we're going to have a lot of who's that guy and what's the rating of this guy, and we'll show all that to you as the game goes on. We're probably around the 5th or 7th inning or so going to run out of battery, so I'll have to change it. So we'll go from there and see what happens in the meantime. All right, let's go. Let's start the game up. All right, so I'm going to shrink me down first of all. And then I'm going to move me to the center of the game board. Right there. So I'm kind of out of the way, but in the way at the same time. Okay? So that way you know I'm still here and I'm still playing. Let me introduce the teams to you. You can see, here's the out counter, innings counter, the score. This is the pitcher fatigue on the both of them, and this is the pitcher respins over here. So if I take that off, you can see it says respins. So I'll put that back on. You can see what's going on. Infield card over here, outfield card over here. They're part of the game board. I'm using the standard game board for 2025. This is the one that if you buy the $99 version of the game, this is the board you get. Okay, no choice. Now, if you customize your board, it's a little bit more money, but you get a customized board. So anyway, without further ado, let's introduce the teams. Let's start with the visiting team, and that's going to be the team from the 2025 Superset. And our first thing is going to be the manager, Pat Murphy. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this right here. So as you can see, Pat Murphy, it says choose one. So he has one token. You can see his one token right there. And he'll get to place his token on one of those, either a challenge, bench coach, batting coach, or pitching coach. And he only gets one token. Okay? So we'll put Pat away. Starting pitcher up here is Tyler Glasnow. That's Tyler Glasnow right there. He's an S8, throws right, +1. You can see he's not going to bat. His ERA lifetime is 3.81 with a whip of 1.15. So he's got a really good card. Let's put him back into the Nolan Ryan slot right there. And now you can see Glasnow. You can see him spin. Let's introduce the bullpen for this team. You got Anthony Goes. He's an R1 TL, means he's a one-inning relief pitcher throwing left-handed. We've got Pierce Johnson. Here's a 0.1 respin guy from the 2025 Superset. I love that guy. Here's another, and he's a righty. Here's another R1, but he's a TL, another +1 0-point guy, Garrett Clevenger. I like that card a lot. Jordan Montgomery is going to be my 9th inning guy if I go overtime, go extras, and he's a S5 with a +1 respin, so I'll keep him kind of in the bullpen. And then I have Tony Santillan's going to be my closer today, plays for the Reds, and he's an R1 +3, but he's got a pretty high whip of 134. That's what keeps his points value way down. So he's a +3, but only 3 points. Quite a bargain if you're looking for a good bargain. The bench players for the 2025 Superset: Edouard Julien is a second baseman, middle infielder, utility guy. Spencer Torkelson, probably be my first guy off the bench to pinch hit, another 0-point guy, first baseman. And Jace Young is a pretty good guy to get on base, and I believe he can bunt. No, he's not the bunter. My bunter is Julien. He's a sack one. Now let's introduce the starting lineup. Leading off, playing right field, Mike Yastrzemski. Batting second, playing shortstop, Jeremy Pena. Batting third, playing in the outfield, no, he's going to be the DH. Seiya Suzuki, batting third, the DH. Hitting fourth at first base, Pete Alonso. Batting fifth in the outfield, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Sixth, Junior Caminero, coming on strong this year. Alejandro Kirk will be the catcher and hit seventh. Nick Gordon will play center field and hit in the 8 hole. And Luis Garcia Jr. will bat ninth and play second base. There are 18 players on this team. If you haven't used Team Builder yet, you need to use Team Builder. I've built these teams in a matter of 30 minutes each, 30 minutes for both teams using Team Builder. You need to use the program. It is freaking awesome. All right, let's introduce the 1899s. The manager is Arthur Irwin. He gets to choose 2. So he's got 2 tokens. So he gets 2 choices during the games. He's a little bit better manager than Pat Murphy, who was manager of the year, probably will be twice. But he's never won a championship, where Irwin did win championships. Let's look at the bullpen. Oh, well, let's go for a starting pitcher. Is Walt Woods. He's an S8 +2, 7-pointer with a home run minus. So that might help a lot. His ERA is 3.21 with a whip of 134, giving him a 7-point, and he's an S8, so he's pretty good. 10 pips, 2 respins. Let's look at the bullpen. Jack Harper, S2 TR, a 0-point no respin. Here's a 0.1 respin guy, an S4 +1, Charlie Hickman. It's a good card right there, guys. That's a stopper right there. Here's Jack Fifield. He's a 7-0, 1-point guy. You got Ed Doheny. He's 1 point. He's an 8-inning lefty +0. And then here's my long guy. It's going to be Al Orth. He's a 3-pointer. He's a 7 +1. So I can get some extra time if I go extra innings there. Bench players. We're going to have a third base or first baseman, Billy Lauder. Yell louder, Billy. And then we're going to have Luis Sakalexis is a utility outfielder. And then we have Billy Holden is a shortstop middle infielder, and he's 0 points in case I got to use him. And let's get the starting lineups. Leading off, playing shortstop, Frank Scheibek. Who's that? I don't know. Man, we're just going to use him. He's from 1899. Hitting second in his rookie season, Wahoo Sam Crawford. 2-point card +0. And he barely missed getting a respin. He's a 112 OPS. So that one OPS plus. Hitting third and playing right field or outfield, Jimmy Ryan. He's a 5-point outfielder. He's got a respin. So look at him. Batting fourth, Algie McBride. I just like this name. The card, he's a 55 left fielder, and he's got a respin. Next is the first baseman, Ossie Schreckenghost. I don't know. Hey, you're with me. We're playing. Next, third baseman, Harry Steinfeld. Okay, Harry Steinfeld. Batting in the 7 hole, the catcher, Pop Shriver. Hitting 8th, second baseman Joe Quinn. And in the 9 hole, the center fielder Tom Fleming, but he's a pretty decent center fielder. But he didn't cost any points, so helped that 30 points out. Let's start the game to see if there's going to be an injury. We'll spin the event card. If it lands on the 1, then we'll have to see what inning the injury takes place. Here we go with the event card, and it lands on the 6. That means the injury will not take place. Let's begin the game. Mike Yastrzemski leading off. Infield will play back, spin the pitcher. Walt Wood spins, home run minus to Yaz. Yastrzemski spins, and it's a 6. That's 1 out. That's a ground ball out. But a 6 is an up the middle. Let me look at my second and short real quick. Hang on. Right, left, first, third. Catcher. Second base is a 52, so I don't have to worry there. And the shortstop is a 1-3. I don't have to worry there. So I'll make an error spin. If it lands on the error, it is. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. It landed right on that error. So there's not an out. Yastrzemski is safe on an error. He's a 1-2 base runner. So we'll put a 1 out here at first base and a 2 for his A rating. Take a pip off of Walt Woods. Nobody out. Runner on first. Brings up Jeremy Pena. So we've already had an error. How about that? Yeah. All right. We'll hold the runner on. That'll drop his A rating 2 points, so he's now 0. Spinning the pitcher. Here we go. He spins a B. Jeremy Pena steps into the box. And he will spin a 13. He's got 2 respins. He's not going to use it. It's a base hit to the outfield. Let's see where it goes. It goes to right field. They won't even make the throw. He'll advance to third base. You lose a pip. Pena is a 34. So I'll take a 3 and a 4. Put him on first base. You can follow the base running. It's pretty simple. I mean, it just goes around me. I'm in the pitcher's mound. Okay. Next up, the RBI guy for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. The infield will play at double play depth, holding the runner on at first base. Spin the pitcher. They spin it, and he spins an F. That's a fly ball. They won't make him respin even though Suzuki has one. They'll take the fly ball to the outfield. The ball goes to either center or left. They'll take the ball out in left field and throw to second base, allowing the run to score, giving 1 run for the visitors. Seiya Suzuki's out. That's the first out in the inning. But it's 1-0. You can see the score. You keep it right there on your game board. So freaking cool. 1 out. All right, here we go. Next batter, Pete Alonso. I would go to hold the runner on and play back and hope you don't hit it real hard to first. Alonso not a threat to bunt. And it lands on the B, so Pete gets to spin. Let's see if we can get one out of here. Come on, Pete. Pete spins and gets, oh my, what did he get? It looks like an 8, okay? 8's a fly ball anywhere. Runner will hold. Since there's a runner on, it's not an error spin. That's 2 outs. And that brings up Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Spin. We're going to do a full count, 2 out, hit and run. That means that if it lands on batter misses pitch, it's a strikeout. Anywhere else the runner is going. Here it is. He gets a... it's not on batter misses pitch, so the runner's going. Spin the pitcher. We spin an H. That means Gurriel gets to spin. If it's not a hit, he spins again. Here we go. Gurriel spins a 7. So this runner will advance 2 bases. Gurriel is a 23. So we put a 2 and a 3 on first base. We lose a pip over here. down to 7. And that brings up Junior Caminero. We'll hold on Gurriel. Won't do a full count because there's a runner on third. Spin the pitcher. And we get an X. That's a hit batter. Sends him up there. Caminero is a 22. So he'll be on first base. Remove a pip. And spin the injury card and see if Mr. Caminero got hurt. If it lands on the 1, we got to see what happened. Let's check it out. Nope, he's okay. Just a little mad. All right. So now we have the bases loaded. For the guy who I think is going to be the all-star catcher this year, I think he'll make it for the 2025 American League All-Stars. I think it'll be Alejandro Kirk of Toronto. Bases loaded, 2 away, spin the pitcher. Walt Wood spins and gets a ground ball. Kirk cannot make him respin, and that is the 3rd out in the inning. So the 2025s leave the bases loaded. 3 outs. Goes back to 0, and it's 1-0. Going to the bottom of the 1st, here goes Tyler Glasnow. Fred Scheibeck's up. He's a sack 132. They'll play your 3rd baseman in a little bit. There goes Glasnow. He gets a B to Scheibeck. Scheibeck spins. A 2. He is a right-handed batter. The 3rd baseman is in. We'll spin an error spin first. It's a ground ball. See if there's an error. There is no error. If it lands on 3rd base, it'll be a base hit. Because he's pulled in. Does he get it by him? No, he does not. So there is 1 out. Now up, Wahoo Sam. Sam is a sack 123. The infield will play back for this big power hitter. Glasnow spins. This is power on power. It's a line between the K and the H. Glasnow's a righty. Crawford's a lefty. Crawford will take the hit minus. He spins. If he gets his hit, he has to spin it again. He spins a 7. That's a single. The hit minus takes it away. Here we go. So respin it. And he comes right back and spins the 7 again. That's a base hit. Glasnow loses a pip. Crawford is a 2-3. They like to run around my head, you know. And he's on first base. That brings up Jimmy Ryan. I got to looking at this card, man. This is a good card. Really good card. Okay. He's a sack 145. You're going to have to hold Crawford on. Spin the pitcher. Not going to hit and run yet. And he gets a line between the... No, that's an H minus. Straight up H minus. Jimmy Ryan spins the first spin. And spins a 13. He must respin that. Because it's a hit minus. Takes it away. And he spins a ground ball 2. Jimmy Ryan is a right-handed batter, so it's going to be over to the left side of the infield. The ground ball's hit to either the shortstop or the 3rd baseman. It's hit to the 3rd baseman. Spin that. And it says R2 on a 3rd baseman. Your 3rd baseman is R4, Junior Caminero. So, let's see, make sure it says R2. Yes, no, it says, R2. So he's an R4, so the defense, because the defense wins the spin, chooses between a force out and a double play. They're going to take the double play. That'll give him back a pip. That'll give 3 outs. And Jimmy Ryan just hits into inning-ending, rally-killing double play. That takes us to the 2nd inning. And we go from there. Walt Wood spins to Nick Gordon. None of these guys are a threat to bunt. Walt Wood spins a K minus. So if he spins a 10, he gets to respin it. He spins a 4, that's a fly ball. If it doesn't land on the error, it'll be an out. And it lands on the error location. It's a pulled fly ball. He is a lefty, so it goes to right field. Error on the right fielder, and it's a 2-base error. So Nick Gordon's on second base. Take a pip away. Defense is weak over here in 1899. They're getting crushed. Good grief. All right, that brings up Luis Garcia Jr., who's not a threat to bunt, but he's a sack 1, I believe, sack 0, so he's not bunting. Spinning the pitcher. He gets a B. A B to Luis Garcia Jr., who spins a 13 single to, well, I'll tell you what, Walt Wood's going to make one of his respins happen right now and make him respin that. So Garcia has to respin, and his respin, that's a 2. That's a ground ball pull. Let's see where it's to. He's a lefty, so it'll go to the right side. It goes to second base. I know you're thinking it might be an error, but there's no error spin here. So it goes to second base. Now I'll spin it, and it lands on the white. Anytime it lands on the white and it's to the right side, he goes to third. Batter is out. So we have 1 away, and we're back to the top of the order. Yaz. Infield will play in all around. Walt Wood spins. What do you got? A BZ line. Wood's a righty. Yaz is a lefty. That's a wild pitch, and you cannot respin a wild pitch. Scores the run. Makes the score 2-0 in favor of the 2025 superset. Yaz gets to spin unimpeded, and he whips 2 outs. That brings up Jeremy Pena. Pena, from the pitcher, gets a B. The spin for Pena is a 6. There's an error spin. If it lands on error, it's an error. It is not, so that's the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 2nd with the score 2-0 in favor of 2025. Brings up Algie McBride. He is a sack 333. Both 1st and 3rd will play in. McBride gets a K from Glasnow. Cannot respin a K. 1 out. Ozzie Schreckenghost. He is a sack 0. Not a threat to bunt. Glasnow spins a hit minus. Boy, Glasnow's pitching well 1st inning too. Here we go with Schreckenghost. He spins a 13. He must respin that hit minus. Here he comes with a 2. That's a ground ball pulled. He is a righty. That's an error spin, and we have no error. So that's 2 outs. Tyler Glasnow spins to Harry Steinfeld, 333, playing in both corners. He gets a B. And Steinfeld spins a 2 pulled ground ball. Error spin. No error. That's 3 outs. So we go to the 3rd inning. Hope you're following how quickly I'm moving here, because this game does move fast. All right, I'm going to pull my cards up here. I've got some holders for my bullpen. I'm going to get that ready just in case I need it, because I'm going to get guys warming up very soon. Seiya Suzuki is up 0R32. Here we go with Suzuki, and he gets an F. That's a fly ball. Error spin. No error there. 1 out. Pete Alonso. About the worst thing you can spin to him. K minus. Error spin an H. And he gets a walk. Pete walks. He's a 1-1. Lose a pip. He's down to 4. I'll Okay, you can see how this game moves. Moves pretty quick. Alonso's on. They won't even hold the play behind him for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. We get a K minus. If he gets a 10, he respins it. I see a 7 right there. That's a pulled single over to here. Alonso will stop at second. Gurriel is a 2-3 base runner. Lose a pip. Down to 3. And that's going to get some activity in the bullpen for $18.99. They're going to get up Charlie Hickman. No, they're going to get up Jack Fifield. He's up in the bullpen. Fifield is up in the bullpen right now. He needs 7 spins to warm up. That brings up Junior Caminero with runners on first and second and 1 out. Here we go. And we got a ground ball. Junior Caminero does not get a respin, so the ball's hit on the ground. Where's it to? It's hit to the shortstop. And it says A, right? There's no doubt about that. That means that he move up. He's out for the second out of the inning. Brings up the guy who I like. Boy, I watched him play against the Reds. He is powerful. Alejandro Kirk. And not afraid to throw the ball anywhere. Spinning from Kirk, get a home run minus. Alejandro Kirk can slap a base hit in a heartbeat. What does he get? A 12 is a ground ball, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in this inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Pop Shriver from Glasnow. Shriver's a 1-1-2. Glasnow spins a strikeout, 1 away. Joe Quinn. Quinn is a 233. They'll bring the third baseman in. What do we got there? That's a W. So that means a 9, 13, or 14 is a walk. But a 2 is a grounder. Pulled. Quinn is a right-handed batter. It's not an error. And they were in at third base. If it lands on third, it's a base hit. Does not, so that's 2 outs. Hope you're following all this, guys. Okay. Tom Fleming is our next batter. He's a 1-0-0, not going to bunt. I get a B from Glasnow. And an 8, that's a fly ball. See where it's to. That's error spin, no error, 3 outs. So you go here to 0. We now go to the 4th inning. Brings up Nick Gordon. Spin the pitcher. Looks like we got a walk minus for this one. And the spin for the batter is a 3. On a 3, what just happened? You look at that's right in the middle of the 3, guys. Spin this card first. What just happened? Let's see what happens. And it lands on the 2. On a 2, it says, the ball is hit sharply to a middle infielder. Spin the infield ground ball card to determine the location. It's hit to the second baseman. The fielder makes a spectacular catch, and the runners stare with disbelief. Any runners on base are out, all of them. This could result in a triple play, no runners score. Well, nobody was on base, so way to go, great play. Great diving catch, but it's only 1 out. So that just happened. What just happened? A super diving catch by the shortstop or the second baseman, and we move on. Now up Luis Garcia Jr. He gets a ground ball, spinning the error spin, and it lands on the no error, so that is 2 outs. Next batter is Yaz. This 3rd time through, he gets a line K walk minus. They got to choose. Okay, so they're going to take the K minus, righty to lefty. Yaz takes the K minus. That's a K. 10's a strikeout, so he gets to respin. That's the one really nasty thing about the old guys is they take away strikeouts. So Yaz gets a strikeout taken away and gets a single. 13's a single. Yaz is a 1-2. Lose a pip over here. He's down to 2 remaining. That brings up Jeremy Pena. Pena now with a runner on first with 2 outs. They will do the full count hit and run. Anything but batter misses pitch, he's running on the pitch. He gets a P, so move on. Spin the pitcher. Pena will bat. Spin results in a B. Jeremy Pena gets a walk. 9 is a walk. 34 at first base. Lose a pip. He's down to 1. The bullpen's hot. Fifield is hot. Brings up Seiya Suzuki with 2 runners on. They will not go full count on this. Not with a runner in scoring position. I have a minus homer F line. Seiya Suzuki is a righty. I have a righty in Walt Woods. I could make him respin that. This is the 4th inning with 2 runners on. And Seiya Suzuki is going to use his respin right here, making Walt Wood respin. He spins a K minus, so H home run minus K line. He's going to take the home run minus, righty to righty. Here we go, home run minus. Suzuki spins a 6 middle infield ground ball. Neither of them are 1. That is the 3rd out of the inning. So, bottom of the 4th. Frank Scheibeck is up from Glasnow. Glasnow gets a B. Scheibeck's a 132. Here we go. Scheibeck spins. And that's a grounder. See where it's to. He is a error spin. I'm sorry. Righty does not land on the air. That is 1 out. Sam Crawford's up. Here we go. Crawford is a sack 123 with the biggest triple I've ever seen. He gets a B from Glasnow. Get that triple, Sam. Come on, Wahoo, Sam. That's an F, fly ball 4. Spinning the error spin. That is not an error. That's 2 away. Glasnow spinning to Jimmy Ryan, sack 145. He gets him with an H minus K. Jimmy Ryan's a righty. Glasnow is a righty. Glasnow chooses the K, boys. Strike 3. And that's 3 away. Now, one thing that we haven't been doing, and I'm going to do it right now because he got a 1-2-3 inning. I'm going to add a respin. He's not had a 1-2-3 inning yet. He's had 2 of them. But I'm only going to get the 1 because I just now remembered that. Anybody rated an S that starts the game and gets a 1-2-3 inning during their tenure on the mound gains a respin. So Glasnow just gained 1. The max you can get is 6. Okay, we move to the 5th inning. Not 6 extra, 6 total, because that's all the dice will hold is 6. All right, Pete Alonso here in the 5th. 1 pip left for Walt Wood. That's a minus K for Walt Wood. Pete Alonso is partying. Here he goes. Minus K, so he gets to respin that strikeout. And he has a 7-2 line. Righty to righty, can't respin that. He takes the out. Ground ball. Let's see if it's an error. It is not. That's 1 out. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He spins a walk minus. That's a 4. No respin there. Spin to see if it's an error. It is not. That's 2 outs. Junior Caminero. He spins a G. No respin. Error spin. And it is an F. So not an error. That's 3 outs. He gains a respin. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Algie McBride. See, game's moving quick. Ooh, look what I just did, man. I'm sorry. I apologize to all the pygmies in Australia. There we go. All right. Algie McBride. He is a sack 333. Algie is not having good luck against Glasnow, and we're going to try to drag bunt, slap the ball, infield hit. He's a 333. The infield's in at the corners. Let's see what happens here. Okay, sack 1. Is that where it's at? Yeah, sack 1. So they get their choice between foul ball or ball on the ground. Ball's on the ground because sack 3. Inner circle now. See what happens on the inner circle. It lands on the 3B24. Let's see what the third baseman is. Let me put these cards over here. The third baseman is a 1-4, so that's a base hit. You get your choice between the S and the out, safe and out, and we're going to take a single. So Algie McBride bunts his way on. That's a sack. He's a runner 33. I'll just use one dice to represent both those numbers. Put him here and lose a pip. First time since the first inning when we got the double play. Ozzie Schreckenghost. We're going to send this runner right here on Alejandro Kirk on a basic hit and run play. They are holding him. Here we go. And what does it say? It says D line, batter misses pitch, or D, which would be double play. So it's a line. They'll take batter misses pitch, which means that 33, who's reduced to a 31, has to try to steal second on the outer ring. The outer ring reads H. When you have to hold on a hit and run, you are out. That's an out. He regains his pick for a caught stealing. That's 1 out. That brings up Harry Stein, or Ozzie Schreckenghost, who's strike 1. Spin the pitcher. So our bunt single's been nullified. That's a K. So 2 down. And Harry Steinfeld, third baseman, he gets a W. And that W means that a 13, 14, or 9 is a walk. 13 is a walk based on balls. Harry Steinfeld's a 33, so he's on base. On first base. Bringing up Pop Shriver. We're going to do a basic hit and run with 2 outs. I know I should probably do a full count hit and run, but I'm doing basic. I need to land on that P. Come on. Batter misses pitch. I'm trying to steal again. Alejandro Kirk has already thrown 1 guy out this inning. He has S3. He is an S3. That's safe. So he steals second on a missed hit and run, botched. So spin the pitcher, runner on second with 2 outs. That's a B. Pop Shriver spins on the B and spins a 9. That's a walk. He's a 1-2. You cannot respin a walk. 1-2. He loses a pip. He's down to 4. That'll get some bullpen activity going for the 2025s. That's going to bring in or put up Garrett Clevenger in the pen. Clevenger's warming up. Okay. Brings up Joe Quinn. Joe Quinn is the second baseman. He gets a B from Glasnow. Quinn spins and spins a 7. That's a single. With his 2 respins, Tyler Glasnow is going to use one and make him respin that. Here we go. And he spins a fly ball, 4. That is the third out. Can't respin a respin. 3 away. That takes us to the 6th inning. Remove the base runners. Walt Woods is an 8. He's got 1 pip left and 2 respins. Let's see what he can do with Alejandro Kirk, the star of the day. He gets a B to Kirk. 2 is a ground ball, error spin. Not looking like an error, so there's 1 down. Nick Gordon, the center fielder, he gets a home run minus. Gordon spins, and that is a double, baby. He'll use a respin to take that double away, and he spins a 9. That's a walk. He's pipped out. That means he's tired. Nick Gordon comes in as a 33 on first base. And we're going to let him pitch one more guy, Luis Garcia Jr. Not sending the runner. Let's see what happens. Leave that F field hole open because he's holding him on. That's a B. So first base hole's open. That is a 13. That's a base hit. He'll use his last respin. Makes him respin. And that is a 3-12 line. Righty, lefty. Lefty chooses the 3. Cannot respin the 3, but you can challenge it. Okay, with 1 out, a 12, put it to the third baseman, and they are going to challenge it. So he uses one of his pip. He has 2 tokens. One of them is being used now, and they're challenging the call. The call is a 3-12 line. They are the challenger, so they spin first. The result is a 1. The challengee cannot lose on the result of a 1 because all they have to do is tie to make it happen. So that means that it is a 3. Let's spin the 3 card, see what happens. Spinning the 3 card, it lands on the 4. A 4 is... Batter hits a shallow looper to the outfield. Spin the outfield card to determine where. So we spin the outfield card, and it goes to center field. Spin the outfield card again and use the following results. So the center fielder gets it. That's Pop Shriver. And it says that it's on the R5. I believe Pop Shriver is an R5. Let's look. Nope, that's the catcher's Pop Shriver. Who's my center fielder? Let's say, who's this guy? I don't know who these people. He's a 1-2. Tom Fleming's a 1-2. So he loses the spin, and it says here, spin the outfield card. If it's an A, batter safe at second, runners advance 2. If it's an X, runner out at second. So he's safe at second because the batter wins. He advances 2 bases, and Luis Gurriel is a 33, so he's safe at second base. And we're going to take Walt Woods out of the game, man. Walt Woods done. We're bringing in Jack Fifield. He's an S7, but he's not tired. Okay. Here we go, man. Here we go with runners on second and third and 1 out. The infield's playing shallow and in. Yaz is up. Fifield spins a B. Isn't that a B? Yes, it's a B. Yaz spins a 9-14 line. He's a righty to a lefty. Cannot challenge because they've used their challenge. This is a walk. The lefty chooses the walk. He's a 1-2. Just like that. Takes a pip away. Bases loaded. The infield's in for Jeremy Pena. And the pitcher spins a G. That's a ground ball. Pena does not have a respin. So this is a ground ball. Play at the plate with the bases loaded. Spinning the location first because we spun a G. It goes anywhere. It goes to the second baseman. Let's see what he's rated. He is a 5-2, okay? This is Jack Quinn. He's a 5-2. Spin the outside card and see what happens. It says a 5-5. He is not. So an H with the bases loaded. An H is a force out at home. All runners move up. Normally, if there was no force, the runner would hold the batters out at first. But since its base is loaded, it's a force at home, and the runner is safe at first. That's a fielder's choice. So Pena is at 34, makes 2 outs. And that brings up Seiya Suzuki. Infield's going to play back with 2 away. Here we go. And he gets a, what is it gone? What's it on? It's a B. Seiya Suzuki spinning the B. And he walks. Guys, you can't stop a walk. Score, move, move, lose a pip. Base runner goes and he's at 32. Another run crosses the plate. It is now 3-0. Brings up Pete Alonso with the bases loaded, infield back. He loses a pip. That's his second one. I don't remember if I pulled it off, but I'm going to leave it alone. Home run minus. Best thing you can spin to Alonso. All right. Pete spins a 14-7 line. They'll choose the 14. He's going to use his respin. Here he goes. In the 6th inning, Pete's using his respin. And look at that. What do we got? A strikeout. 3 away. They score 1 more. 3-0. Glasnow is a 5-inning pitcher. He's going to try to go the 6th. He has 4 pips. He has 1 spin. If he gets a 4 or less, he's not tired. 5 or higher, he's tired. The spin is a higher than a 4. He is tired, so he loses these, and basically his whole card becomes a B. He has to pitch to at least 1 batter. Here he goes. And the spin is, it's a K, but that turns into a B. Tom Fleming, the center fielder, comes to bat and gets a strikeout anyway. 1 down. Oh, goodness. They're going to let him pitch another one. Let's go. Glasnow spins. A B. A B is a B. Shyback. He spins an 8 fly ball. Let's see where it's to. Or error spin. What did we get? An M. 2 outs. They're going to let him play. He's pitching to Sam Crawford. This could be dangerous right here. This could be dangerous. Wahoo Sam. What do you got? Got that triple. Guess what good old Tyler Glasnow's got up his sleeve? And that's why he was left in. Makes him respin. And he spins a 2. That's a grounder. He's a sack 1. They're not moving. That's an error spin. And would you look at that? It lands on the error. Pat Murphy says, no way. I'm using the bench coach. Respin that card. So Murphy's out of tokens. The error is taken away. 3 away. We go to the 7th. Is that just bad news or what? He goes into the dugout and Glasnow gets all kinds of shake hands and hugs. He won't be pitching anymore. He's done. Getting up in the bullpen in the 7th inning for the 1899s is Ed Doheny. And they're going to double barrel it, going also with Charlie Hickman. So they're double barreling it out there. Okay. Spinning Jimmy Ryan from, oh, wait a second. It's the top of the 7th, my bad. So Fifield's going to be pitching to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He spins a home run minus. That's a good thing to spin to this team. The home run minus results in a double. No respins to combat that. He's a 2-3 on second base. Lose a pip. Junior Caminero. Junior spins, home run minus from Fifield. That is a middle ground ball, no respins. Let's see where it's to, second or short. All right, you can see there that it landed on first base. Well, since it lands on first base, that means it's to the right side. It's to a middle infielder because it's 6, so it goes to the second baseman. Spin the outside of the card. If it's white, he advances. It is white, he advances to third. Junior Caminero does his job. Gets him over. Beautifully done. 1 out, runner on third. Infield plays in for Alejandro Kirk. Alejandro spins a hit minus, so he's going to just a fly ball will score him. Here he goes. He gets a 9. That's a walk. Alejandro Kirk is a 0-0 base runner, not very fast. Lose a pip right there. That brings up Nick Gordon. Infield's in. Nick Gordon's pushing it. What does he get? An F. That's a fly ball anywhere. Let's see where it's to. It is to left field. They'll score this run. Throw the ball to second base. And it is now 4-0. But that's 2 outs. Brings up Luis Garcia Jr. 5-field pitching. And he spins a B. Luis Garcia batting. And he spins a 14-7 line. It's a righty to a lefty. That's a base hit. Doesn't matter where they're going. He's stopping in second because he's slower than the moon. Loses a pip. Brings up Yaz. 5-field to Yaz. We get a B. Yaz Spinaroonie. And oh boy, would you look at that. That's a double. Okay, a double. That scores him. Puts him at third. Yaz is a 1-2. Goes to second. Another run in for these guys here, making it 5-0. Loses a pip. Runners on second and third. 2 outs for Jeremy Pena. He gets a B. Pena spins and walks. Tires him out. He's at 34. And Alonso is coming up again. They are taking out Jack Fifield. They're bringing in Charlie Hickman. Hickman's a 4-1 that gives him a 5. He has a respin. He spins to Seiya Suzuki. Alonso's on deck. He spins a W. 13, 14, or 7, or 2. 13, 14, or 2. That's a single. That's a 7 single. Uses his respin. Spinning Suzuki for the second time. That's a 10 strikeout. So you got the third out. Whew. Man, it's getting clobbered over here. 1899 can't get anything going. What I'm finding is it's very difficult to manufacture runs at 30 points. You get some home run hitters, power guys, walkers, that makes it a lot easier. When I build the team again, 30 points in the 1899s, I'm going to look for that 9. I'm going to look for that 9 and that 13. I'm going to look for it and get on base, moving runners. All right, we're in the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher coming in, Garrett Clevenger. He's a 1+1, so he gets a 2 for fatigue and a 1 for a respin. And he's pitching to Jimmy Ryan, who's a sack 145. And there's a K right there, man. 1 down. Second guy up is Algie McBride. And there's a K, 2 down. Third guy up is Ozzie Schreckenghost. Ozzie gets a X. He is hit by the pitch. Sack 0, 32 runner. Lose a pip. See if he's injured. On a 1, Ozzie Schreckenghost is going to be hurt. And we spin a 1. He's hurt. Let's see what the number is on the outside. The number on the outside is a 4. Oh, on a 4. No problem. Nothing happens. Okay. So we move him up. Excuse me. He's on first. With 2 outs, Harry Steinfeld. They're going to do a hit and run. Full count. That means he's running. Anything but batter misses pitch, he's good to go. Spin the pitcher. Steinfeld gets a B from Clevenger. More people up in the bullpen. That's a triple. Ooh, ah. Let's look here who we're going to get up. We're going to get up Pierce Johnson and Anthony Goes. Lefty-righty combo. A triple. He has a respin. He's going to take that away. Respin it. 5 is a triple. That's why he did. Respin it. And he gets a 12 for the 3rd out in the inning. No runs. We move to the 8th. Score 5-0. Hickman stays in the game. 5 pips. Top of the 8th inning. That is a hit minus to Pete Alonso. That's a good thing to get to him. It's a 13, takes it away. And he spins again and gets a 13. That's a base hit. So you lose a pip. Alonso is a 1-1 runner. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. spins a home run minus to him. 2 is a grounder, no respin. Let's see where it's 2. That'll be pulled over here to the shortstop. It says second, but it'll go to the shortstop. It's a middle infielder. Shortstop R3. Our shortstop is a 1-3, so he is an R3. So he'll get his choice between a double play or advance. He'll take the double play. You're out. 3 away. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Clevenger's inning is over. That brings in Anthony Goes, the lefty. He gets 1 pip. No respins. The bullpen's hot, ready to go. Pop Shriver's up. Spin the pitcher. You got an H minus to Pop Shriver. Pop spins and gets a 4 is a fly ball. Where's a 2? No error. 1 down. Joe Quinn, he's my second baseman. He gets a W. I see a 10. No respin and a 10. 2 down. That brings up Tom Fleming, the center fielder. That's another W. Spinning the card. 8's a fly ball. Spinning the outfield card. 3rd out, no runs. So we move to the 9th inning. Man, this game goes fast. Look out. We're leaving Charlie in. Taking him out. Spin the pitcher. Junior Caminero. That's a big strikeout. 1 down. Alejandro Kirk, the catcher. That's a W. That's a 4. Fly ball pulled. Error spin not happening. That's 2 outs. Nick Gordon. Oh, they hit him. Hit Nick. And that's your center fielder. You better hope it ain't a 1. It is. Let's see what happens. 7, not a thing. So he's on first. 33. Lose a pip. Hold the runner. Luis Garcia Jr. Well, that W is killing him. Hot dog. What do we got? 10. That's a strikeout for the 3rd out. We go to the ninth inning. Okay, 5-0. Tony Santillan comes in. He's a 1-3. That gives him 1, 2, 3 respins and 4 pips. He's going to face Frank Scheibeck. Bottom of the ninth, 5-zip. That's an HW. If he doesn't spin a hit or a walk, respin it. Tony Santillan gets the guy a 4. That's a fly ball. That's not a hit or a walk. Respin. That's a ground ball. Oppo. Scheibeck's a righty, so it's over to the right side. No errors. 1 down. Santillan pitches to Sam Crawford. Wahoo Sam had a triple taken away. Barely missed hitting a triple. That's a hit batter. Man, we've had some hit batters this game. 33 on. 23, I'm sorry. 3, 2. Let's see if he's hurt. 1, he's hurt. Not this time. Okay. Lose a pip. Jimmy Ryan. Hold the runner at 5-zip. Play behind him. There he goes. Not taking the base. What do we got? Boys and girls, that's a home run. That's yard. So, they're making a little bit of a comeback. It's now 5-2. Santillan loses a pip. Boom! Fireworks. 1 out, 2 in. 5-2 ball game. Hit minus to Algie McBride. Algie McBride spins. Looks like a 6. He'll use his respin. Right there, respin. And that looks like an 8. Fly ball. Not an error. 2 down. Brings up Ozzie Schreckenghost. And that's the end of the ball game right there. Strikeout. Well, no. You're going to use a batting coach. Make that pitcher respin that. No, you can't do it. You can only respin a 10. That's 3 outs. And that's the ball game. Okay. So let's recap the game here. Okay, crazy stuff. Really good. Final score 5-2. We had a home run in the 9th inning. Kind of fun right there. Let's just recap what happened. We had a dominant performance by Tyler Glasnow. These guys over here could not touch Tyler Glasnow, the 1899 guys. He'd strike him out in key situations, gained a couple of respins for 1, 2, 3 innings, but so did the pitcher for 1899. He was pitching fairly well, Walt Woods. It's just that he couldn't stop the walks. The walks and the new game. I think that's what you're going to see. The difference between the old guys and the new guys is that 9. That 9 is so big on these new ball players. They have double 9s. They have big 9s. They are going to do a lot of walking. They play station to station. You don't see them hit and run. You don't see them play steal bases. They play station to station. You saw a home run taken away. You saw a triple taken away. Come away from this looking like, okay, both teams are a lot of fun to use. 30 points, you just don't get a lot of choices. I don't have guys on the bench to pinch hit that I want to use. I mean, I got 3 if I get an injury or something, I'll double out like that. But, man, it's just tough. So, in recap, we did a lot of 3s this game. A lot of 3s happened in this game. You got the challenge in. You did see a challenge. I did leave a manager token on the 1899 team that I didn't use. 1 guy with a respin I didn't use. I used 2 of the 3 respins on the 2025 team. Pitchers used almost all their respins. They were burning them. Santillan gives up a home run to a guy with a 2-degree homer. Oh, well, that's the way it works. Folks, it was a lot of fun playing this game. And here's what we're going to do for you right now. We've got 2 supersets out there right now for sale. You can buy the individual teams. You can buy the supersets. You can buy the complete superset. All right. It's in the catalog. The deals are there. You already see the deals. If you buy the whole set, you get a big discount. We'll love that happening for you. I'm going to add this into it right here. I'm going to be making the 2025 All-Stars coming up. If you purchase either of the supersets, you will get the 2025 All-Stars for free. That's the best I can do. That's 36 cards free to you for purchasing the superset. Either superset or both. Okay? Quite a good bargain. If you purchase the supersets, you will receive the All-Stars of this year. We'll be drafting them at our next podcast. It's going to be a really good time, so you might want to tune in. You can go on Spotify and check it out. It's called Star Power Cast. Jen Trova, the baseball nerd, myself, and sometimes we have Sean St. Louis, and we get KCJR from DBAT. So we got a good little lineup of folks that'll come and talk with us. You can email us or put it on the website, on the Star Power Baseball site on Facebook, that you can ask questions. This game is amazing. We'd like to welcome some new members. Let's see, who do we have? Mike Iernonimo. I can't even pronounce his name, but he's a great guy. He's up in Connecticut. Yeah, people really live in Connecticut. We've got some guys out in California that are new. Manuel Zavala, call him JR also. Guys it's just fun. And we got 3 or 4 new members on the Facebook page. We're up over 300 members now on the Facebook page in our group. The new catalog is out with all kinds of stuff, the teams of the decade. I'm not going to do a commercial, guys. I'm just going to tell you, this is a fun game, and this game was a lot of fun. So until next time, remember, dice are nice. Dice are nice. But the spin is in. We'll see you next time. Star Power Baseball.